we're going to turn to a verse. John chapter 3, verse 35. So if you have your app available there, you might want to turn to it, and we'll start going through it. It's a straightforward, simple verse. We'll take the simplest ones possible first. So we're going to number the number of words in the verse, count all the Greek words. It looks like a dozen of them. So let's go all the way up to 12. And we'll start. We need the morphology followed by some kind of a definition, and we'll try to pick out a definition from Strong's. So the morphology is, it's an article, it's a nominative masculine singular. So it's an article, nominative masculine singular. And so that would be the. The second word is a noun, nominative masculine singular. So now we have a noun, nominative masculine singular. And this word is pater, which is, of course, father. If you look that up, it's father. And by the way, the antecedent of an article has to agree with, in the morphology has to agree here. The nominative masculine singular has to agree for that "the" to be applied to that father. All right, so the father, where are we going? Agape. It's a verb. P-I-A, third person singular. I believe that's right. Yeah. So we're talking here, all that morphology simply is telling us that the is a verb, present tense, indicative, active, third person singular. Well, now we're going to learn, as we use verbs, that there's a certain amount of knowledge you have to have of a verb to know how to say it. And so I'll show you what that means. In this case, it's a third person singular. So what we do to help us form the verb is to put a parenthesis and a third person singular. I put in a he. And so if it was a plural, for instance, if it was a they, then you would form the verb here around one that is talking about a plurality of people doing something, and then you would say they love. But when it's a singular, third person singular, you say he loves. If it was a first person, I, then it would be I love. So you see where it helps you to form the verb by putting that understood third person singular in there to help you make this phrase here of the verb. So he, all right, now we got it's present and it's indicative, so it's a fact verb. He loves, and so it's in present, so it's now he loves, and it's active, so the father is doing the loving. And we studied the active and the passive. If it was a passive, it would be the father is loved by, and then the person doing the loving would be put in the predicate nominative. But in this case, he loves. So you see how we got the idea from the definition from Strong's there that it's to love or be loved or anyway, it's a social thing. He loves, and so we got the word love, and he loves makes it the father loves. It all works rightly then. All right, the fourth word is an article again. It's accusative masculine singular. So we have an article here, and it's accusative masculine singular. So the again. And we go to the fifth word, which is it's a nominative, it's a noun rather, accusative masculine singular. Now we have a noun, and that's accusative masculine singular, so the applies to this word, whatever it is. And the word here is hieron. And hieron is the word for son, as you can look it up there. So, and the Son, S-O-N. All right. The Father loves the Son. All right. And the next word is a conjunction. So you following all this in your app there, and in Kai means and. So we'll put an and in here. All right. Seventh word is panta. All right, so now it's an adjective, accusative, neuter, plural. It's an adjective, accusative, neuter, plural. All right. So let's look up the definition on this. It appears then the definition by touching that 3956 above the word. My tablet's got to respond here. Come on, tablet, respond. Oh well, my tablet's not responding to me. But all things, we'll put down all things. Number 8 is another verb, and it is perfect verb, indicative and active, third person singular. The verb, indicative, perfect, indicative, active, third person singular. All right, now what do we do with the verb? First thing we do is we put in an understood subject to help us form the verb. Third person singular, we just use a he. Could be a she, could be an it, but we'll just go with he. All right, and now looking up the meaning of the word. It's a prolonged form of primary verb which is used as an alternative in most of the tenses to give, used in a very wide application, properly or by implication, literally or figuratively, greatly modified by the connection, adventure, bestow, bring forth, or commit, or deliver, give, grant, hinder. Let's see, all things he... Now, by the way, the perfect, if you look it up, we were talking about a past action that was complete, so he gave. See, the he helps us form the verb, and it's a past action completed, so hey, this happened a while back, so he gave. All right, let's move on to the next word. The next word, ninth word, is a simple little word in the Greek. It's in, and it's a preposition. And it is the preposition in. For us, that's how we translate in. And then the next word is an article again. It's dative, feminine singular. So it's another article. Dative, feminine singular. So the dative now, it will take that preposition. It needs a preposition, so it's got one sitting there. But what I always do is when you have a dative, I always put in a preposition, just stick it in there with it. I'll put it in there in front, just an understood in. And so the meaning of this preposition is, this is the article, yes. So we have the, in, the. Next word is the 11th word, which is Sherry, and it's a noun, dative, feminine, singular. Noun, dative, feminine, singular. Now, I hope you're copying all this on your paper so that you could got kind of a standard there in front of you of doing this. And the word is, and according to the Strong's, the idea is it's a hand. All right, so we'll put hand in here. And then go to the 12th word, which is a possessive pronoun, and it's genitive, masculine, third person singular. So we got it's a pronoun, possessive pronoun, and it is genitive, masculine, singular, not singular. Yeah, oh yeah, third person singular. I'll put a 3 up there by it. Okay, third person singular. So third person would be like he or she or it, and here's possessive, and so it's and here's another little rule I have you learn just as you're translating. Anytime it says genitive, always stick an of in there, just so that you recognize that this is something that is possessing the word up here that it's claiming here. So that the hand of him, and so we put an of a him, third person singular. Yeah, I put in his, of him, and you can replace this whole thing with the possessive pronoun his. So we have, anyway, so the Father loves the Son, and all things He gave in the hand of Him, into His hand. So we have, so we've basically translated the verb, the Father loves the Son, and now we want to juggle this around. You see, this is the accusative here, the all things, and so we want to go to the verb here, and I'll put the verb down here first, gave. All right, and what did He give? He gave all things, and gave. So that would be the accusative, which is the object of what was given. So we'll put it after the gave. So we'll put all things in or into the hand of Him. What more simply said, into His hand. All right, so basically what we're getting out of this verse is the Father, He loves the Son and gave all things into His hand. All right, so now the all things, we learn what these things are, but right now that's what the meaning is in the verse. So anytime you wonder where Jesus receives things from, it receives from the Father. It was a purpose that the third person of the Trinity, the Lord Jesus Christ, actually is given all things to handle. He's given the kingship, He's given the lordship of eternity, and all the power, whatever He needs. And the Father stepped back and says, look, this is your kingdom. All right, so anyway, that's a very simple verse, but I'll conclude that one. Thank you.